how the hell can I be happy? How the hell can I be happy in life when, I've got this horrible diagnosis? And the guy, actually, it's a Blackboard, Andrew Jobling, said, sounds like you've made the choice to be happy. And I really, hang on. I sort of had to take that in because it wasn't an easy concept to grasp. And I said, yeah, I think I have. I have made the choice to be happy.
Man sitting next to my right is Peter Chambers, a former player, started at Richmond Cricket Club and then saw the light, as a lot of people do. His roles at the club have been chairman of selectors, he's the current committee member and also a life member of the club. Unfortunately, Chambo's in a pretty big battle in life. He's suffering from motor neuron disease, and we just thought it'd be an awesome opportunity for him to come down and speak to you guys. A big part of our club is our history, and Chambo's definitely part of that. So.
Firstly, really appreciate the opportunity, guys, to be a part of this. It's a wonderful club. Clock, is it a wonderful club? It's wonderful. There you go. That's all you need to know. So, through Neil Danaher, I think we're lucky in Melbourne, lucky in Victoria that we've had a huge exposure to motor neuron disease, because Neil's made it front of mind for everyone through his great work with the Big Freeze. So, sorry, I did get a little bit breathless with talking a lot. My story, briefly, is I was diagnosed in late 2019, having had a neck surgery because my arms were getting weak and they thought it might have been just a compression on the spine, which it wasn't. So as a consequence of that, I spent the next 18 months looking on a lot of rocks and trying to find out what was the cause of my problems. And I've got the version of MND I've got is called arm flail, which means that my arms are losing strength and losing capacity to work. And I also got respiratory issues. My legs are getting weaker as well. It's a slow progression version of the illness. It's a horrible thing. The average life expectancy is only 27 months. There's 2 people dying per day. There's 2 people being diagnosed per day. So it's a pretty bloody horrible thing, as you can appreciate. The story I'd like to share with you, though, is probably unique to me in many respects, that I'm coping well with it. I'm coping really, really well with it. And I want to share that story of adversity and resilience with a group of guys like you today who have had a couple of tough years. Everyone in the room's had a couple of tough years. But, we're all coming through COVID and what that brought to us. So I just want to share the techniques and the learnings that I've had along the way. And I was fortunate in late 2020 to be on a podcast, and I was able to share my experience with a bloke called Nick Brax, who specialises in the mental health space. All these things have been running around my head for a couple of years. I was able to get them out finally in one hit in a single conversation, and it's really enlightening for me, and really, really just lifted the weight off my shoulders. And it gave me some perspective and just enabled me to sort of straighten myself up and understand why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And then Nick asked me to contribute to a book that he was writing, and I struggled to write, I struggled to type. So I just spoke on the iPad and sent them through, and Helly, who you see here, who's been working with me to make all these wonderful silly little clips that I've been doing to turn them into something real. And we've put together a YouTube channel, and we're talking about resilience, talking about adversity to stupid little things. I got a crazy idea one night, if you can't use your arms, how the hell do you finish a packet of chips? So look that one up online, it's a cracker.
What can be more educational with a greater need than how to eat a packet of chips when you have MND? Now, I appreciate that this won't apply for everyone. My situation is that my arms are my problem and they're failing me. And that's fine, we move on and we adapt. We throw them in the mouth and see what sticks.
1, 2, 3.
So I was on another podcast. I spoke about how the hell can I be happy? How the hell can I be happy in life when, I've got this horrible diagnosis and, the writing's on the wall as to what the rest of my life looks like. And the guy, actually, it's a bloke called Andrew Jobling, said, sounds like you've made the choice to be happy. And I really, hang on. I sort of had to take that in because it wasn't an easy concept to grasp. And I said, yeah, I think I have made the choice to be happy. I wanted to get it in my own head, what does happy mean? I came up with H being for honesty. I'm being honest with myself and being honest with everyone around me, friends, colleagues, family, with how I'm feeling and what I'm doing at any point in time. So it's really, really important, I think, just to be honest with yourself and understand your own feelings so that you can understand why you're feeling the way that you are. Acceptance. So this is acceptance of my situation. I'm not going to change anything. This is a disease, unfortunately, only ends one way. So I understand that and I accept that. I'm not going to go and start jumping out of airplanes now and living my life as it's the last day, because I'm not a big believer in that. But I've simplified so much of what I do and how I do it. So I don't have the complications that I might have had previously. So I'm able to accept my situation. P stands for perspective. I do a lot of rehab, I do a lot of hospital visits, and I see some things that I never would have been exposed to previously, and they're horrible. You see just people with contorted bodies, and I go to GSAC pool for rehab a couple of times a week, and again you see people with disabilities that, again you put it in context that there's always someone worse off than you. So you have your worst day, well I can guarantee you someone out there would love to have your worst day. That's the perspective that I live with, that yeah, there's always someone having a worse day than me. The other P is for purpose, that I've got this drive now. I've got things that I actually enjoy. I love doing these things in my life. I worked in various banks for many, many years, and I enjoyed what I did and whatever else, but I just felt like another person. I wasn't achieving anything. Now I'm achieving something that people are coming up to me and saying, your story's inspiring. I've seen you on YouTube, I've heard this, I've listened to that. And people are giving me that feedback and really, really positively, which I love, and it drives me to do the next thing and the next thing, which again, it's just, it feeds the whole process. So having that purpose is really, 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 really a positive thing for me. Why? I cheated with the why. I said, why not? So I couldn't come up with a why. I struggled. So I said, why not? And the why not is, why not be happy? It's actually a choice. It's actually a physical choice to be happy and to take these things on. I have other choices. I can attack it differently, and I can not be as strong with my conviction about how I'm feeling and what I want to do and how I want to live my life and how I want to impact others and my family and the like. So having that why not me, why not be happy, has been another important part of it as well. That sort of sums up in a reasonably short period of time, because we're going to go and have a bat and have a bowl. Remember, it's length and line, not line or length. Get your length right, the rest will follow. There's a little tip for you from someone who used to be okay. I just want you to hone in on this bit, that it's your choice. So how you feel, are you happy? What things are you controlling in your life? It's all tough, it's all really, really challenging. Nothing's going to come easy to you, but it is ultimately your choice. You can choose to go down one of whatever paths are sitting in front of you. I don't pretend to be an expert on mental health or whatever else, but I'm an expert on living with a fairly ordinary disease, which is impacting on me. It's a series of choices that I can make and have made. And this sounds really strange, and I can't get it in my head around. I say it every day. How the hell am I happy? How the hell am I living my life, given the challenges that I've got? And I can't answer it for you. I can't give you the definitive answer, but I can give you guidance. I can give you my perspective. Hopefully you take a little bit away from today that it's your choice to run your life largely, other than the obstacles that will come up. But you get to an obstacle, you get a choice. Which way do you go around it? How do you tackle it? All those sorts of things. So I caught up with a couple of mates yesterday who I played cricket with 40 years ago, and we still have a laugh. The thing that I've been taught is, the friendships that you make in a cricket club environment, in a team sport environment, when you're standing out in the hot sun and 40 degrees and you've got to do something to turn a match around and whatever else. Again, that's the point where you've got choices as well to make. So the importance of resilience, the importance of how to deal with adversity, it's the message I hope to share with you today. And I enjoy St Kilda, wonderful, wonderful place. Can't speak highly enough of it. Yeah, you won't regret your time here, and please, wear that cap with pride, because some fairly famous names before all of us have worn that cap with equal pride as well. So you're important ambassadors for a wonderful, wonderful club.
He's happy, he's chosen to be happy. Chamber was always happy, he was a great teammate and is a great mate, and he's an absolute inspiration. And Thanks, you for coming down tonight, and I hope it's given the boys something to think about, and you go out there and you'll enjoy yourself, you have great fun, because it is fun.
Pleasure. Thanks, guys. Thank you.